Josephine Cashman, the Indigenous woman who alleged that acclaimed author Bruce Pascoe gained financially from falsely claiming to be Aboriginal, has been sacked from the senior body advising the Morrison Government on the co-design of an Indigenous voice. The Minister for Indigenous Australians, Ken Wyatt, revealed this afternoon that he's written to Ms Cashman to advise her she's lost her role. He said it follows recent discussions with the senior advisory group's co-chairs, including Professor Dr Marcia Langton, and she joins us now. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Patricia.
This, of course, comes after NITV revealed that a letter denouncing Bruce Pascoe, supposedly written by an elder and published by News Corporation columnist Andrew Bolt by Cashman, was not actually this elder's work. Was that really the straw that broke the camel's back?
There has been a number of complaints, Patricia, but this one is probably, I think, the straw that broke the camel's back, because there have been too many misrepresentations and unfounded accusations and abuse. So I think the Minister wanted the advice of myself and Tom on whether or not this was impacting on the work of the senior advisory group or the Indigenous Voice co-design. I can't speak for Tom or other members of the senior advisory group, but for myself, I have to say this is definitely a distraction. And I think my concern really is that the nastiness of this saga, which has been going on for 2 months now, well, it brings all of us on the senior advisory group into disrepute. That's my personal view. It causes many Indigenous people, and I've seen their comments on social media, I've received texts and letters. It causes people a great deal of upset. I received a letter, for instance, from an Indigenous professional in the health field, telling me about the Indigenous suicides amongst Indigenous youth in Western Australia because of identity problems, and that this saga contributes to their poor mental health state, the poor mental health state of vulnerable youth. And that's just one example of the many messages I've received. I've received messages from Aboriginal people, from the Wangari clan people, especially in relation to Ms Cashman's claims about what a young elder said according to her, none of which is true. Her claims about some ceremony in Arnhem Land that she talked about on social media, that's not true either, according to my Aboriginal friends. So I think altogether this, the combined impact of all of the nastiness over the last 2 months has just really worn us down and put our work at risk. Our work is far too important to be compromised in this way.
And you are named as one of the people the Minister consulted with. But just yesterday, he was actually on RN Drive, and I put all these questions to him about Josephine Cashman, and he said that your committee would discuss it, but he wouldn't sack her. Why is this latest revelation in relation to this elder, this Yolngu elder, why has this elevated the issue when, as you were saying, there were other concerns for the last couple of months?
Well, it's direct and incontrovertible proof that she lied. Moreover, she submitted this fraudulent letter to Andrew Bolt and he published it. So it's been published and he hasn't retracted it. He's merely suggested that Ms Cashman gave it to him and it's all her fault. And, obviously she's been working very closely with him and with a nefarious group who style themselves as Dark Emu Exposed, and they've been republishing on social media platforms everything that she does, along with a person by the name, or a Twitter identity by the name of something Fryer, obviously a pseudonym. And I think it's, a tiny handful of people who write for Quadrant and are part of Andrew Bolt's fan club, and they've even set up a Josephine Cashman fan club, and it's scurrilous stuff, really, and I'm just so glad that it's all over, in terms of the work that we have to do with the voice co-design.
You say you feared it would hurt the group and the work you were doing. Is it your view that it's already hurt the group and the work you've done?
Yes, it has. It's over now, but I've been receiving messages from people saying, why doesn't the Minister sack her? How do you expect us to take seriously when, one of your members is doing this and so on. Lots of complaints.
So where to next?
As far as I'm concerned, this saga's over and we'll convene meetings in February and get on with the work.
Marcia Langton, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
That is Professor Marcia Langton, who is a senior advisory group co-chair for this voice that's being developed. The government has set up this group, and this revelation today that Josephine Cashman, who's the Indigenous woman who's been alleging that acclaimed author Bruce Pascoe has gained financially from falsely claiming to be Aboriginal, has been sacked by the Morrison Government, by the minister from this committee. This is RN Drive.